सकते हैं and what could it mean? तो आप प्लीज अनम्यूट करके यू कैन आंसर और यू कैन जस्ट टाइप द आंसर इन द चैट बॉक्स कि मैकेनिक से हमें क्या लगता है, व्हाट आर वी गोइंग टू बी लर्निंग इन दिस सेक्शन.
Ma'am, is it some rules that we would be following a particular format?
Okay, okay, Amina ma'am, I mean,
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so good to see you.
How are
So
you?
to hear you, yes. What kind of, okay, yes. So could you please repeat your answer?
I said we are following some kind of rules. There is a fixed format. That is why the thing, when it is creative, it comes from the mind. And here we are following a set pattern. That is why probably it's called mechanics.
Okay, yeah, very good answer.
Rules.
So like I always equate it with music. So there is one kind of music which is Bollywood popular and very easily learnt music, which is which we all can hum and sing at any given point. But there is another kind of music which is classical music, and for that we need a particular kind of a training. तो वो ट्रेनिंग से हमें उसकी म्यूजिक की टेक्निकलिटीज पता चलती हैं. क्लासिकल म्यूजिक हम ऐसे ही गाना थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट है, बट somebody tells us about it, trains us in classical singing, then we become a little more proficient in it. So similarly, writing is a very creative process, like you rightly pointed out. We love to write, we love to express, we love to कम्युनिकेट थ्रू रिटन एक्सप्रेशन. तो ये सब तो क्रिएटिविटी हमारे अंदर आती है, बट उस क्रिएटिविटी को व्हेन वी हैव टू, लाइक वी नो राइटिंग इज ऑफ टू काइंड्स, वन इज फॉर्मल और एक इनफॉर्मल. तो जब इनफॉर्मल राइटिंग है तो उसमें कोई आपको रूल्स और रेगुलेशंस में बाइंडिंग नहीं है. आप जैसा एक्सप्रेशन देना चाहते हैं, एज लॉन्ग एज यू आर फॉलोइंग अ फॉर्मेट, इट इज गुड. But when it comes to formal writing, and that too academic writing, because all of us are academicians, और हम ये किसी न किसी जो आप रिसर्च पेपर कर रहे हैं, आपके करियर एनहांसमेंट के लिए कर रहे हैं, so this is going to help you in taking your thought process to a wide range of readers, all academicians maybe. तो इसलिए यहाँ पे थोड़ी टेक्निकलिटीज ऑफ राइटिंग्स आ जाती हैं, एंड दैट इज व्हाई इट इज आल्सो नोन एज टेक्निकल राइटिंग. ऑफ कोर्स इट्स अ पार्ट ऑफ रिसर्च मेथोडोलॉजी. So this is the what kind of academic writing should be, and how can I follow the correct format, how can I use punctuation, how can my reading, how can my writing be so effective that the reader has no challenge in comprehending what I am trying to convey. तो ये सब चीजें थोड़ी सी होती हैं, निटी-ग्रिटीज, थोड़ी सी टेक्निकलिटीज, which we will learn under this section. So wonderful. Yes, creative writing. What kind of language to use? Rituja Joshi. Rituja, I mean, the name sounds very familiar, but because I can't see you, so
I was with you at Raisoni Rahe.
yes, Rituja, you're same. Wow, so
Yes.
wonderful. It's becoming
Yes.
like a, yes, of course. So good. So we have some very, very talented people in the session. So please feel free to give your feedback and keep answering questions. And yes, we are going to learn a little bit of nitty-gritties. So I always say that whenever we are writing, why do we write or why do we speak? We speak because somebody is listening to us. If nobody is listening to us and we are talking to ourselves, हम भी अपने आप को सुन रहे हैं. तो speaking के लिए एक listener चाहिए, तो writing के लिए भी एक reader चाहिए. And always when I'm writing, I have to keep in mind if my reader is going to be understanding what my thought process is. And it is very, very important to keep your thought process in order. So that is why coherence and cohesion are these two words I'm very fond of. So how are your ideas progressing? The logical progression, how are the ideas united? Is there a unity in paragraph? All these things are very, very important for your writing to be effectively understood by the reader. नहीं तो क्या होगा कि हम लिख तो रहे हैं, but somewhere the process is not being communicated in the way I wish it to. So for that, of course, planning is very, very important. और आपके research writing में तो you are going to be doing pages and pages and pages of writing. So there shouldn't be monotony. There shouldn't be too much of repetition. There shouldn't be too much of jumping from one idea to another. So all these things have to be kept in mind when you are writing your research paper. So because I have had the opportunity to go through a lot of research papers, I could go through them because there were certain corrections that needed to be done. So that gave me an idea with what all challenges could come up when you are writing this paper and when you are actually dealing with the technicalities in writing. So I'm going to start with my PPT, and here is yes, the mechanics of writing. So it is actually, it can be also called writing mechanics or the technical aspects of writing. So what are the technical aspects? Of course, the spelling, the punctuation, the capitalization, the quotation marks, hyphens, italics. Now, many of you will say, Are, what's there to learn in this? We already know it. But then still, there are some rules which we may miss out on. So we will be brushing those aspects which we may have, just forgotten about. So why is it important? Now, writing mechanics help to focus on the thought being conveyed. Now, please, can you just explain, can you please share what's the meaning of each point here? What's the meaning of mental friction? What's the meaning of interpretational error? So, help to focus on the thoughts being conveyed. Why is it difficult to focus on the thoughts being conveyed? Can anybody tell me? Amina ma'am, Rituja, I'm going to be now, I know you two very well, and I'm sure there will be many more, but please, if you could answer, why
Ma'am, I
it is
can
important?
answer about could you just repeat the question once again?
My question is that writing mechanics help to focus on the thoughts being conveyed. So how will writing mechanics help to focus on thoughts being conveyed?
The way I understand it is that the words which we use, where we give punctuation, tone. Yeah, am I audible?
Yes, you are very clear.
Yeah. So the tonal quality which we have in an oral presentation is not seen in writing, and hence when we use punctuation or the kind of words which we are using, help the reader understand the thought behind what is being said. Just when I say, so the one example which I'd like to give is, if I use the word, say, talk, it has no positive or negative connotation, but if I use the word gossip or discussion, it basically is talking, but it has a very different meaning attached to it. So words have connotational meanings also, and hence mechanics helps in understanding how to clarify on that, like what exactly do we want to say.
Absolutely, very, very correct. Like the correct usage of words, and it helps you. So, if there are correct punctuation marks, so do we know the quotation? I just want to share something that Socrates once said to a man who came to visit him, and this rich man came with his son. Oh, I'm not audible?
You're clear,
You are
ma'am.
very much audible. You are absolutely audible. You are very much audible.
Clear, ma'am.
Okay. So, Socrates was a Greek philosopher, and one day a rich man came to meet him with his son, and he said, please judge my son and tell me how best he can learn, or how can he become a better version of himself. So Socrates saw him, saw the son, saw the dad, and he said, speak so that I may see you. So speak so that I may see you, that means words define us. The moment, just by seeing a personality, we may not be able to judge exactly what's going on in that person's head. But the moment we speak, our personality is on display. So the words play that important role, whether it is in speaking or it is in writing. So speak so that I may see you. What a profound sentence. Just by seeing, it is said that those who see with their eyes are blind, because the words actually define us. So that's the power of words. Now, if there is no error in using words effectively, my thought process is going to be conveyed in the most effective manner. But if there is a wrong usage, or I'm not using the punctuation marks correctly, or there is lapse from my side in connecting ideas properly, then of course the thought process is not going to be conveyed. So that is very important. When we understand these technicalities, our thought process can be conveyed in the most appropriate manner. So that's important. Then it obviously, when my thoughts are conveyed in the right manner, they will be understood. So first is conveying thoughts. And then if I understand what you're trying to convey, of course I will comprehend. So that makes comprehension easy and eliminates mental friction that slows reading. So what's mental friction? If I'm reading a sentence and I have some doubt in my head, would it mean this? Could it mean that? Now suddenly I have paused to think what could be the correct meaning of that sentence. And there's a mental friction because I'm debating between the 2 points of view. So that leads to interpretational error. So interpretational error can erupt when the thought is not conveyed properly. And when I keep this in my writing, then of course it becomes a powerful tool for clarity. So writing mechanics we have to understand, because it'll make us express our thoughts clearly, it'll make comprehension easy, it'll eliminate mental friction, reduce the risk of an interpretational error, and it's a powerful tool for clarity. So these are some of the points. That is why we are going to be learning about the components of a good research article, because we don't have too much time, we have paucity of time. So whatever important key points can be covered, we will definitely try to do that in our sessions. So coherence and cohesion are my favorite points, and I'm going to be showing you examples of these. Could anybody throw some light on this? Clarity, we know that the expression should be very clear. Correctness, of course. Consistency. What's the meaning of consistency here? What's the meaning of consistency? What's the meaning of lexical resource? What's the meaning of like coherence and cohesion? Can anybody throw some light on this? कोई भी बता सकते हैं? Should I keep it? Should I use? Yes, please.
Can lexical resource be, being in possession of a good vocabulary that is very relevant to the topic that you're exploring, either in your article or in your thesis?
Absolutely. The lexical resource is your word bank, your knowledge of vocabulary, the words that you are using. Bang on. Absolutely correct. Okay. What's consistency? consistency in my thought process. So consistency in my writing, consistency. Yes, please.
Something like a stability, or it's
Yeah,
Is it
absolutely.
uniformity?
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely. Regularity, uniformity. Yes. And it,
नहीं शेयर किया है ना
huh?
पीटी शेयर नहीं किया है ना
हेलो,
आपने?
नहीं नहीं, बीच बीच पे मैं स्क्रीन को शेयर नहीं कर रही हूँ. देन आई एम डायरेक्टली चैटिंग एंड देन आई विल बी शेयरिंग द स्क्रीन जब हम उधर का पॉइंट कर रहे हैं तो.
और कुछ
Because from my screen share I cannot see the chat section, and I mean I don't know, I'm finding some kind of a challenge there. So consistency is the uniformity. और क्योंकि consistency क्यों important है, इसलिए कि कहीं पे तो हमने बहुत टफ डिफिकल्ट वर्ड्स में एक पैराग्राफ लिख दिया और फिर suddenly I have simplified my language and now it has become too easy. So there is inconsistency in my language usage. Lexical resource also, like if I'm using too difficult words in some section of my writing and suddenly I'm simplifying everything and making it very, very easy to read. So if I am maintaining a writing style, it has to be consistent throughout. It cannot vary too much from complexity to simplicity. So a medium approach has to be followed so that it is maintained. It should be maintained at that level. That is very, very important. So consistency needs to be maintained. And I will tell you about coherence and cohesion with an example. So I'll be sharing a sample, and through that sample, we are going to understand what exactly are we talking about. So that is for coherence and cohesion. And now I come to my screen sharing. Yes. So this is what we were talking about. Now we come to the basics of any language. So what could be the basic of any language? किसी भी भाषा की सबसे basic unit क्या होती है? Anybody?
the alphabet.
Alphabet. Okay. Alphabet क्या होते हैं?
Phoneme.
हाँ?
Sounds.
Phonemes.
Ma'am, morphology.
Phonemes. Okay.
Morphology.
Phonemes.
Grammar.
Yes.
Ma'am, morphology.
Okay. आपने कहा alphabet, आपने कहा phonemes, आपने कहा sound, आपने कहा grammar. Okay.
Morphology.
Words.
हाँ?
which make words.
Words. So yes, alphabet actually हम जो group of letters है ना A to Z, उन letters के group को alphabet कहते हैं क्योंकि alpha stands for A, B stands for beta. तो अल्फा बीटा ये जो इनके ग्रीक लेटर्स, लैटिन लेटर्स, जो ये लेटर्स का ग्रुप है, उस पूरे ग्रुप को हम अल्फाबेट कहते हैं और उस ग्रुप में होते हैं लेटर्स. सो ए बी सी डी, दीज आर द बेसिक यूनिट्स ऑफ इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज. जैसे हमारी हिंदी अगर भाषा की बात करें तो अ ई या क ख ग घ जो स्वर और व्यंजन है वो हमारे बेसिक यूनिट होते हैं लैंग्वेज के, क्योंकि उन यूनिट्स पे जैसे म्यूजिक की अगर हम बात करें तो सारे गामा हमारे बेसिक यूनिट होते हैं और उन सारे गामा से हम बड़े बड़े म्यूजिक के पीसेस बना सकते हैं. सो सिमिलरली हमारी बेसिक यूनिट हो गई लेटर्स और लेटर्स हमारे हो गए 26. अब 26 लेटर्स से हमारे बन गए, अब देखिए उन 26 लेटर्स से क्या क्या बन सकते हैं. सो लेट्स सी व्हाट ऑल can we do. So basics of writing में सबसे पहले आएगा letters. Letters मैंने यहाँ पे कुछ लिखे हैं EUAOND है, ये ICT.
स्क्रीन नहीं दिख रही है.
Okay, just a minute.
Yes, not visible.
Yeah, you will have to share your screen.
Okay, I'll just share my screen again. Can you see it now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
तो हम इसमें जैसे हमने लेटर्स किए EUANDICT, it is I, वो I don't know why it's showing L there by mistake. So in letters से बना education, that is the group of letters. इन group of letters को हमने नाम दिया words का. Words से बनते हैं phrases. Phrases हो गए in the education sector, which is the group of words. अब इन phrases से बनेंगे हमारे clauses. So one is the dependent clause and one is the independent clause. और independent clause से बनेगा sentence. Sentence से बनेंगे paragraphs और paragraphs से बनेगा article. So this is how we express ourselves. In first unit is letters, then from letters we form words. जब वो words 2-3 words हो जाते हैं तो वो बन जाते हैं phrases. Phrases से बन जाते हैं clauses. Clauses हो जाते हैं 2 types के, dependent and independent clauses. And then we come to the sentence because an independent clause becomes a sentence. बहुत सारे सेंटेंसेस से हमारा एक पैराग्राफ बनता है और पैराग्राफ से फिर हम एक आर्टिकल लिखते हैं या रिपोर्ट लिखते हैं या पेपर लिखते हैं पब्लिकेशन के लिए. सो दैट बिकम्स आवर ग्रुप ऑफ पैराग्राफ्स. सो कैन एनीबडी टेल मी, सो ये जो हैं हमारे लेटर्स और वर्ड्स तो वी ऑल नो, phrases we will know. But we are going to be using these terms extensively. Phrases, clauses, dependent clauses, independent clauses. ये हम इसमें sessions में बहुत बार use करने वाले हैं. तो इनको any doubt, any question, please feel free to ask. तो अब हम सबसे basic unit हमारी letters हमने कहा था. So I'm going to quickly do some hello,
madam.
am I audible?
Madam, you explain here clauses, dependent and interdependent clauses. So can you explain, madam, please?
ये इस पे तो आपका पूरा सेशन है क्लॉजेस पे.
Okay.
अभी हम करेंगे इस पे सेशन, पर अभी हम वन बाय वन जा रहे हैं. पहले वी विल स्टार्ट विथ लेटर्स. लेटर्स से हमारे आते हैं साउंड्स. सो वी विल अंडरस्टैंड अबाउट द साउंड्स ऑफ इंग्लिश. फिर उन साउंड से हमारी आती हैं स्पेलिंग. सो वी विल अंडरस्टैंड अ फ्यू स्पेलिंग रूल्स. Then we will understand a little about foreign words. So this is what we are going to be doing in today's session. In tomorrow's session, I am going to be doing phrases and clauses with you in detail. तो ये हमारा टॉपिक होगा, पर ये हमारा टॉपिक कल के लिए है, phrases and clauses का. आज हम पहले sounds के बारे में करते हैं. तो could anybody please tell me what do we understand? जैसे किन्हीं ने phonemes बोला था अभी, तो क्या कोई बता सकता है कि what are phonemes and what are phonetics and what do we understand by sounds of English? तो I just want to
the smallest possible sound.
हाँ, yes. तो फोन जो है ना, वर्ड PHONE, फोन का मतलब ही साउंड होता है. तो फोन जैसे हमारे पास पहले लैंडलाइन टेलीफोन्स होते थे. यस, फोनिक्स आर साउंड्स ऑफ लेटर्स. यस, तो पहले हमारे पास टेलीफोन्स हुआ करते थे. तो टेली मीन्स फार एंड फोन इज साउंड. सो टेलीफोन्स में जो साउंड हमें दूर से सुनाई देते थे, द इंस्ट्रूमेंट दैट हेल्प्ड अस डू दैट वाज कॉल्ड अ टेलीफोन. एंड नाउ टाइम्स हैव चेंज्ड. We can carry this instrument with us to any place, so it has gained mobility. So now it has become a mobile phone. So phone is associated with sound. अब उसी से phonemes, उसी से phonetics, उसी से phonology. So ये सब phonology, logy is again study. So study of sounds is like phonology, but I don't want to get into that. So sounds of English में हमें क्या exactly what we want to understand? What are the sounds of English? Can anybody tell me कि हम इसमें क्या करने वाले होंगे sounds of English में? जल्दी से you can.
Like to small kids now they teach English in phonics, like a b ba. Is it like that?
हाँ, so I'll be doing sounds of English में yes, sounds of vowels and consonants. तो vowels के कितने sounds हो सकते हैं? कोई बता सकता है मुझको?
5.
हाँ?
10 for each vowel, 2 for each 2 for each vowel.
2 for each vowel, like
A sound, it has 2 sounds. One is A and one is A.
what are those sounds called? And why is it important to understand the sounds of English? Important to understand because ये sounds of English से ही हमारी spellings बनती हैं और important to understand because इस भाषा के थ्रू हम अपने आप को explain कर रहे हैं. One thing is learning the language and one is explaining through that language. So if I get a better grip of this language, how does it actually function? My grip over the language will become stronger. So the sounds of English में मैं पहले आपको vowel sounds का बता रही हूँ और मैं vowel sounds का ही बताऊंगी because vowel sounds हमारे जैसे हिंदी में स्वर और व्यंजन होते हैं ना, तो स्वर जो काम करता है वो क्या काम करता है? मात्रा का काम करता है, आ आ ई वाला. अब इंग्लिश में भी आ आ ई तो होते नहीं है, but words have different pronunciation. So क्या आता है? ये सब जो कारीगरी है ये vowels की कारीगरी होती है. Vowels can really change the sound of a word. So let's understand. So to start with, I would just like to share that vowels basically have 2 sounds and more than 2 sounds. तो एक एक vowel का A जैसे हम करें तो A का एक sound हो गया A जो कि उसका नाम है और एक हो गया phonetic sound. Similarly, E, one sound is this and one sound is A. तो जो इनके नाम वाले sounds होते हैं उनको बोलते हैं long vowel sound. So let's see. Long vowel sounds and short vowel sounds. And then there are other vowels. So this is very, very interesting. Please just, wherever there is any confusion or anything, please ask questions. So ये जो short vowels हैं और ये जो long vowels हैं, इनसे हमारी spelling पे बहुत strong hold आ जाता है. तो लॉन्ग वॉवल्स क्या होते हैं? देखिए, केक की स्पेलिंग है CAKE, बट इसको हम काके नहीं बोलते. ई का साउंड क्या हो गया? बाइक है. बाइक है तो हम इसको बीके क्यों नहीं बोलते? बाइके क्यों नहीं बोलते? या होम है तो उसको होमे क्यों नहीं बोलते? क्यूट है तो इसको क्यूटे क्यों नहीं बोलते? ये ई का यहाँ पे का क्या काम हो गया? E तो is not required. It's a redundant letter here. What is E doing here?
मैम क्योंकि ई कंसोनेंट है और इसके पहले यू है तो उसके वजह से वो ई का पावर चला गया है. ऐसा कुछ है क्या?
Ma'am, with the E, like the A is pronounced as A, cake. Otherwise, it would have been CAK, C-A-K.
Absolutely. E changes the pronunciation. अगर hat है, HAT, hat, उसमें E लगा दीजिए तो क्या हो जाएगा? hate,
Wait.
है ना? fat, 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 E लगा दीजिए,
Fate.
fate हो गया.
Fate.
MAD, mad, E लगा दीजिए, made हो गया. तो ये जो E है, ये it is called the silent E. ये इनकी कोई इनका प्रोनाउंसिएशन नहीं है, पर इन्होंने स्पेलिंग को चेंज, इन्होंने प्रोनाउंसिएशन को चेंज कर दिया है. So similarly, cut. That's the, तो जो यहाँ पे आप long sounds देख रहे हैं, these are the names of the vowels. And where you are seeing the short vowels, वो हैं short, bed का sit का I, top का sun का तो आई एम शेयरिंग दिस बिकॉज इस पे आपकी स्पेलिंग रूल्स आर बेस्ड कि व्हाट आर शॉर्ट वॉवल्स एंड व्हाट आर लॉन्ग वॉवल्स. तो लॉन्ग वॉवल्स तो बहुत इजी है समझना, बिकॉज वो साउंड जो लेटर का नाम है उसके जैसा ही वो साउंड करते हैं. केक ए, कीप ई, बाइक आई, home O, cute U. तो सब में देखिए E आने से हो गया. अगर ये लॉन्ग E जो कीप वाला है उसमें अगर मी होता तो मतलब E changes the sound. और यहाँ वाले जो हैं वो साउंड है cat, pet, sit, E, top, sun, तो मैं ये इसलिए शेयर कर रही हूं क्योंकि बहुत सारे लोग लॉन्ग वॉवल्स और शॉर्ट वॉवल्स को कैसे करते हैं कि लॉन्ग वॉवल इज ई एंड शॉर्ट वॉवल इज ई. ऐसा नहीं होता है. लॉन्ग वॉवल्स आर द नेम्स ऑफ द लेटर्स, शॉर्ट वॉवल्स आर द फोनिक साउंड्स ऑफ द लेटर्स. और इनके अलावा भी वॉवल्स के अलग साउंड्स होते हैं, जैसे पुट, सून, अलग साउंड्स है, बट we are not doing those. We are basically concerned with our long vowel sounds and short vowel sounds. So is short vowel sound clear to everyone? Is the difference clear between the two?
Yes, ma'am. Please discuss same topic again. The difference between these long vowels and short vowels.
Should I explain it again?
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. I'll explain it again. Long vowel माने नेम, जैसे ए, जो भी आपका, जैसे अभी हम सीखेंगे वॉवल्स के बाद आते हैं सिलेबल्स. तो हर शब्द में जैसे अगर आपने बोला रोड, रोड में क्या किसका साउंड आ रहा है? ओ. ओ का साउंड कैसा है? ओ जैसा ही है. तो ये लॉन्ग वॉवल साउंड है. और अगर आपने बोला हॉट, हॉट में साउंड आ गया, ओ है पर साउंड कैसा है? के जैसा. ओ के जैसा साउंड नहीं है, तो ये शॉर्ट वॉवल हो गया. ओके. अच्छा, जैसे और हम इसका सोचें तो बेक, बेक में, और जैसे और हम सोचें तो जैसे मेड, MADE, मेड, ए साउंड. और अगर मैं इसको, तो ए साउंड किसके जैसे साउंड कर रहा है? ए के जैसा साउंड कर रहा है, तो इट्स अ लॉन्ग वॉवल साउंड. और अगर मैं इसे बोल दूं मैड, तो ए के जैसा नहीं ना साउंड कर रहा है, तो इट्स अ शॉर्ट वॉवल साउंड. अब जैसे इंक, इंक में आई का साउंड है ई, पर आइसक्रीम में आई का साउंड है आई. तो आइसक्रीम कौन सा हो गया? लॉन्ग वॉवल साउंड. और इंक क्या हो गया? शॉर्ट वॉवल साउंड. सिक, अब सिक में ई का साउंड हो गया शॉर्ट वॉवल साउंड. और साइड, साइड में हो गया लॉन्ग वॉवल साउंड. तो साउंड चेंज हो गया. अब जैसे कब, CUB, कब, अब मेरा वॉवल कौन सा है यहाँ पे? अ, तो कब। बट अगर मैंने इसमें ई लगा दिया तो बन गया क्यूब। क्यूब यू का साउंड आ रहा है, तो यू क्या हो गया? लॉन्ग वॉवल साउंड। तो ऐसे जो यू का साउंड आ रहा है, अगर मुझे क्यूब किसी ने बोला और मुझे स्पेलिंग नहीं आती है, तो मैं सोचूंगी कि ओ क्यूब इज साउंडिंग लाइक यू, दैट मीन्स देयर इज एन ई एट द एंड। क्योंकि यू का साउंड यू कैसे बना? नहीं तो कब होना चाहिए था, तो साउंड चेंज हो गया बिकॉज देयर इज एन ई एट द एंड। ओके, तो जैसे और भी बहुत सारे वर्ड्स आप देखेंगे, तो मैं आपको, और हम आगे जैसे जैसे बढ़ेंगे वैसे वैसे वी विल लर्न मोर अबाउट इट। सो शैल वी गो टू द नेक्स्ट स्लाइड?
थैंक यू मैडम।
यस, ओके ओके। तो जैसे ये देखिए, जो मैं आपको समझा रही थी वही चीज है यहाँ पे। किट, काइट, दोनों में डिफरेंस हो गया कि नहीं हो गया? किट में कौन सा साउंड है? शॉर्ट वॉवल
Short vowel.
और काइट में हो गया लॉन्ग वॉवल।
Long vowel.
Long.
कब एंड क्यूब, पिन एंड पाइन, mad and made, bit and bite, can and cane, tap and tube, cap and cape, tap and tape। तो ये जो इधर वाले साउंड्स हैं हमारे, किट, कब, पिन, मैट, बिट, कैन, टब, कैप, टैप, टैप, ये सब हमारे कौन से साउंड्स हैं? These are all short vowel sounds। और kite, cube, pine, mate, bite, cane, tube, cape, tape, ये वाले साउंड्स क्या हो गए?
लॉन्ग वॉवेल्स।
Long vowel sounds। So clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So let's go to the next। एक और इंग्लिश का रूल है, C is sometimes S and sometimes K। So whenever it is, if there is E, I, Y after C, the sound is always C, sir। So ice, rice, mice, trace, brace, grace, center, seize, icicle, spice, cyclone, this is a spelling rule। So अगर C के बाद E, I, Y आ रहा है, sound of C will be S। तो हमारे कौन से वॉवल बचे? A, O, U। So अगर C के बाद A, O, U आता है, then the sound is K। Is this clear? Sound of C?
Yes, ma'am.
Sound of C, C is often, we often get confused कि कब का sound होगा, कब का sound होगा। So if it is E, I, then the sound is sa, and E, I, Y, and otherwise it is A, O, U आने से sound। Okay, देखिए, sound C has two sounds, one is sa and one is ka, है ना? तो सा कब होता है, का कब होता है? तो सा तब होता है जब वॉवल्स आते हैं E, I, Y। So you can see this: trace, brace, fence, prince। अगर इसमें आप ई नहीं लगाते, जैसे ब्लैक, BLACK, तो वहां पे साउंड उसका क आ जाता, सी का साउंड। ई आने से सी का साउंड सा हो गया. So we will be doing more of this. Similarly with G also. The same thing is with G. If it is E, I or Y, the sound is G. But if it is not E, I and Y, then the sound is usually G. But of course, there are exceptions, but most of the times we know कि अगर वो digital आ रहा है, या fugitive आ रहा है, या apology आ रहा है, original आ रहा है, तो J से तो letters ही नहीं है, J से words नहीं है हमारे, K से words नहीं है हमारे, because हमारी C और G ज्यादा काम कर लेते हैं, तो K से हमारे कौन से words होते हैं? I और E वाले. C does the work of S before E, I, Y. तो अब E, I, Y से पहले का साउंड चाहिए होगा तो क्या लेटर आएगा? K. So K does the work of like kite, kettle, king, kind. तो वहां पे हमारा K आता है. Otherwise C dominates. So K, A से आपके ज्यादा letters words नहीं होंगे. Kangaroo of course is there. K, O से you may not find words, but K, N से मिलेंगे आपको. K, L से मिलेंगे आपको. But C जो है, it does the work of K when it is when A, O, U आते हैं इसके बाद तो. So let's do syllables now. So ये हमने till now what have we done?
Excuse me, ma'am.
We have done short vowels and long vowels, and we have seen the difference in pronunciation of C when it is pronounced as sa and when it is pronounced as ka. Similarly, in the pronunciation of G, when it is ja, when it is ka. Any questions?
Yes, ma'am. Regarding that C only, I wanted to ask. Like we have the
Yes.
word koala. Koala. So instead of using the word K, why don't we use C over there?
Because yes, that's a very, very good question, but you will always like king. So it should be, like I said, there will always be exceptions. अब ऐसे तो kangaroo के लिए भी KAN है ना? So why not CAN? So it's similar is it with koala and kangaroo, the animals' names. Yes. So, but generally, if you see from a large perspective, then K, O, and KA, you won't find many words. There will be just a few, like koala and kangaroo, and maybe a few more, but not many. A couple of more, maybe. But otherwise, wo CO, CA, CU does the work of ka. और बाकी जगह पे IEY के साथ C does the work of sa. And J से भी आप देखेंगे JA, JO, जोकर, जैक, but JI वाले आपको ज्यादा नहीं मिलेंगे. English language has no set of, yes, Samir Padole sir has written, English language has no set of rules applicable to all the word sentences in that language. This makes it as well as a funny language. Okay. Making a mistake while attaching a meaning to this interpretation. Yes, very, very nice. Very good, yes. But that is why it makes it a complex language also to understand. Because the rules are so flexible and there are always exceptions. So that is why the complexity becomes even more acute. So now from the sounds of English, we are coming to the syllables. Can anybody tell me, what is a syllable? Have you ever heard of this word syllable?
It is a part of word which is at a particular time.
Hello.
Hello.
It is group of words which
Ma'am.
have a same
Ma'am,
sound, like
Hello.
SH. Short.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Ma'am, a syllable is a unit of pronunciation having one vowel sound. आवाज ही नहीं आ रहा।
Divya madam, you are not audible.
Ma'am, you are not audible. Excuse me, ma'am.
Lakhera ma'am, you are not audible.
Ma'am, your mic is mute.
फ्रेंड जस्ट मिनट, शायद मैडम की तरफ से कनेक्टिविटी का कुछ प्रॉब्लम है। Am I audible to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Just wait for a minute.
Okay.
Hello, Divya madam.
Hello. Yes, now am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Now audible.
Okay, okay. Could you please make me the presenter so that I
Yes,
can
ma'am.
share the content?
जी ma'am.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So, yes. Hello.
जी ma'am. Everything is fine.
Okay, okay. So somebody had given a very nice answer. That is the unit of pronunciation and the smallest unit of pronunciation. So I'm just going to do an exercise with all of you. Suppose we have to find syllables in a particular word. So how do we do that? So there's a simple exercise. You all can see me. So if I say how many syllables in university, तो ऐसे तो नहीं पता चलेगा. But if we do this exercise, you can try this yourself. You just see how many times does your chin drop down. आप करके देखिए. U, ni, par, C, T. How many times?
5.
How many times? How many
Five
times
times.
does
5.
5 times.
5.
times? So 5 syllables. If I say computer, so how many times? Computer.
3 times.
3.
3 times.
3.
So each word is made up of syllables. और syllables हमारे बने होते हैं consonant vowel consonants के या consonant vowel vowel different patterns होते हैं. तो ये हमारे syllables जो कितने syllables हैं किसी भी word में, again वो हमारे को spelling में help करता है. That is one thing. The second thing is it is important for understanding word division. क्योंकि जब आप वर्ड डिवीजन करते हैं तो आप कभी भी सिलेबल को ब्रेक नहीं कर, मतलब 1 यूनिट अगर 1 सिलेबल है तो उस सिलेबल को आप ब्रेक नहीं कर सकते. When that syllable is over, then from the next syllable you can divide the word. तो word division में कभी भी आप you cannot break up a syllable, and word division is very very important. तो इसलिए syllables को समझना जरूरी है. So let's just see this. Yes. Can you see this? A syllable is a word part and the basic unit of English rhythm. English words can have 1, 2, 3 or even more syllables. In the word driveway, there are 2 syllables. In the sentence drive him away, there are 4 syllables. So whatever we are talking about, the words, हर शब्द में syllables होते हैं because that's the basic unit. That's the basic unit of English rhythm. So how to divide? Now spider, window, turtle. तो ये हमारे syllables हो गए. Spider में there are 2 syllables. Window में there are 2 syllables. Turtle में there are 2 syllables. So that is how we divide syllables. Now let's do an exercise on syllables. Are you ready to do an exercise on syllables?
Yes, madam.
Have you understood what is a syllable? दो consonants, the sound of letters तो अभी हमने किया है. The unit, again you are not audible.
Audible, ma'am.
Madam, audible.
You are audible, ma'am.
I'm audible. Okay. So divided syllables. So this is the worksheet. Let's understand how to divide the syllables. So teacher. Can you see the example there? The first example. Can you see the worksheet?
Yes, ma'am.
Is the worksheet visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Can we do this? The first example, you can see the correct answer is teacher B. Now the second, all this we have to solve. So the first one is little. Can you tell me what could be the answer? A, B, C, D. Which one would be the correct answer? Huh?
D.
C is the correct answer. For people,
D. No, B.
D.
E or A? Which one would be the correct answer? For people.
A.
Would be the correct answer. A.
Yes.
A, people. That's the correct answer, the A one. Money. D. D for Delhi. D will be the correct answer, not B. Money. So, then the fourth one.
A.
The fifth one. Against A. The sixth one.
B.
A.
Power.
Power. Seventh.
B.
Brother. Yes. Eighth.
A.
C.
B.
B will be the correct answer. Ninth.
D.
Ninth will be D for Delhi. And 10th will be B.
B. It will be B.
So इसमें देखिए ये जो वर्ड डिविजन है, हमें जो लिटिल में C is the correct word division. Sorry, C में D. Which one was the correct answer in one?
She.
D is the correct answer. तो जब हम जब भी वर्ड्स को डिवाइड कर रहे हैं, जैसे पावर, so we can only divide it the way the first one A is written. हम B के जैसे नहीं कर सकते, C के जैसे नहीं कर सकते, D के जैसे नहीं कर सकते. We can only divide in one manner, which is the syllables को अलग करना. या जैसे ब्रदर में भी देखिए, ब्रदर, so ब्रॉथ और अलग नहीं कर सकते. So that is important to understand कि आपका word division कैसे होना चाहिए. Word division can only be when you are dividing the syllables, and one syllable को you cannot divide because that syllable cannot be divided. The words can be divided into syllables. So that is why we just saw the hyphens के सब में. So somebody's mic is on, or I think there is some kind of disturbance. Could you please mute that? Yes. So जैसे अभी हमने देखा जो ये words भी हो रहे थे, that was hyphen was being used. So hyphen joins two or more words. Like those are called compound words, and you will also use a hyphen. जैसे word division के लिए हम hyphen use करेंगे, जिसमें syllables को divide कर सकते हैं. उसके अलावा we can also divide one word from another. That's compound words को divide करने के लिए hyphen को use कर सकते हैं. If there is a numerical, then you can use that. अगर आपका compound number और word आ रहा है, then also you will use a hyphen. So use a hyphen. Where all will you be using hyphens? You will be using hyphens for compound numbers, or in written fractions, or in adjective compound, where adjectival compound, where there is a number and a word. So these are the places where you can use the hyphen. हाइफन हम याद कहाँ यूज करेंगे? वर्ड डिविजन में करेंगे, सिलेबल्स डिविजन में करेंगे. अगर आपके नंबर्स हैं, नंबर्स को वर्ड्स में आप लिख रहे हो, उनको डिवाइड करने में लिखेंगे. अगर आप न्यूमरेटर्स और डिनोमिनेटर को लिख रहे हो वर्ड्स में, वहां पे यू विल राइट अ हाइफन. और इफ देयर इज अ नंबर एंड अ वर्ड, then also you will use a hyphen. So these are the areas where you can use the hyphen. And where will you not use a hyphen? That is, एक लेटर आपने A यहां लिखा और एसेस वहां लिख दिया, तो आप सिंगल लेटर, सिंगल सिलेबल्स को आप नहीं डिवाइड करेंगे. प्रॉपर नाउन्स और प्रॉपर एडजेक्टिव्स को आप वर्ड डिविजन में नहीं लाएंगे. Or if a word is already hyphenated, then you cannot again divide that word by putting another hyphen. So these are very, very important rules to remember. Solar power, agar solar powered houses hain, to solar powered is already a hyphenated word. We cannot put another hyphen there. So that is important to understand. And it's already 1 hour. Shall we take a break, Preeti ma'am? Or shall we continue?
Yeah, madam.
मैडम
If we can take a
पार्टिसिपेंट्स को
break,
ब्रेक चाहिए कि वी कैन
Yes,
कंटिन्यू,
ma'am.
ऐसा कुछ नहीं है.
maybe we can take a 5 minutes break. I mean, what is the opinion of
Okay,
others?
okay,
Please let us know.
fine. So we will take a break of just 5 minutes and then we will continue.
Okay, okay. We will meet after 5 minutes.
Don't leave meeting. Don't leave meeting, let it as it is. Just refresh and come back. मैडम अच्छा हो रहा है सेशन?
इंटरेस्टिंग हो रहा है?
Yes, ma'am. Very much interesting. पार्टिसिपेंट्स भी अच्छे से इंटरैक्ट भी कर रहे हैं. नाइस बैच एक्चुअली. मैडम अभी ब्रेक के बाद क्या लेंगे आप?